So after that whimsical introduction, this is my lathe. This is the lathe I use for 99% of what I turn. I have a smaller MCO Unimat 3, but this is the main one I use. Having said all that, it's pretty old. It's not quite worn out, but it can do with a bit of love and attention. So that's what I'm going to do with it. It has everything I need on a lathe. It's got headstock, tailstock, saddle and all the slides. It's got a lead screw for cutting threads, which I don't have cutting gears. It's a good solid old lathe. General consensus is that it's a Hercus made in around between 1936 and 1940. But this will be the video log of the restoration. Let's get into it. So I've done a little bit of work on the tailstock. Disassembled it, took all the paint off, cleaned it up, got everything back to something reasonable. Found a couple of problems. It's loose there, which I already knew about. It's a bit loose here, which I knew about. There's an oil hole that was full of gunk. I've been oiling this for years, and it's been doing nothing. So that one we'll call finished for now. So we'll remove that. Next thing I want to do is remove the saddle. I was going to do the headstock, but that's the complicated one. I'll leave that till last. I can remove the saddle. I'll take each piece off as it goes. Start with the top slide, do the cross slide, then I'll just be left with the saddle, and I'll have to remove all the half nut gear and the lead screw, various bits and pieces, so then all that can come off as well. So let's get started. Simple enough. I should be able to just undo these two bolts or nuts, and it should just lift out. The nuts are kind of a captive setup. Doesn't look too bad. A little bit grotty. Not a whole lot of wear. I'll have to check that out later. You can see how much backlash is in there. So I should be able to remove the lead screw, and that will slide straight off. Just undo these two bolts. The lead screw will come out. I might have to adjust the gib a bit. Alright, I've got to take that out. think I'll have to take that gib right out. Gib looks like it's in pretty good condition. The lead screw nut, bronze of course. Oh, there's a cross slide out. Put that away. So I'll put it all back together. We'll put that over there. So, now I have the saddle. Some bolts down in here. That'll drop the captive plate out. I'm pretty sure the gib will go with it. Okay, there's this one. So that comes out with the gib. So now that we're loose, I'll need to drop this handle out. So I've got 2 bolts. There's the saddle. Simple enough. A little bit worn, but not too bad. It's just quite a bit worn. Alright. Put this over there. It appears that this saddle assembly is held on by what appears to be a tapered pin. Naturally hid in that way, so I can't get a hammer in underneath to knock it out. To take the stress off that, I'll put the top of the saddle back on. How easy. Okay, 2 indent balls. No, only 1. So I think I'll have to take off this support here, knock that out, push that out, and then bring the lead screw right up here and take it out that way. Interesting. I've got a keyway in that. It's one of the washers that came off the end screw, but I can't feel the key. So we'll see what happens there. Use my old wood chisel for such emergencies. Alright, we're coming. Well, there's no key in that. Right, that's been repaired. Alright. That's what I wanted to see. I'm going to have to get a little bit ahead of myself and take out this whole lead screw. And there's the lead screw out. I've removed the motor assembly up here. The motor's gone, the drive gears, everything associated with that back part of the headstock. The only thing left on this lathe that's any consequence is the headstock. So we'll get that off now. Oh, this thing still weighs a ton. Everything is so full of paint. Right, 2 bolts gone. 4 to go. Interesting way to hold the headstock on. It's basically squeezed onto the bed. Yeah. There's a bit of weight in that.